headquarters on Hayden Street with that big news.
But first, our Carly Van Cleve wants to share a behind-the-scenes look at the stress so many paramedics have to deal with on a daily basis. She has an exclusive interview with the former union president, Ian Case, who resigned last week. Carly, what did he tell you?
Well, Sam, Caitlin, Ian Case worked as a paramedic with TRAA for more than 20 years. He took on the role as union president a few years ago when he says he saw a need to fight for better wages and better working conditions for those paramedics. Case explained to me what it's like working as a paramedic right now and why his former coworkers should be treated as heroes.
We impact lives. We hold the hands of those that are scared and hurt.
They're on the streets, helping when you need it the most.
We greet new life, and you know what? We mourn the passing of those that are in our charge that don't make it.
Until it appears there are not enough of them, and they're stretched thin, struggling to get there to save people's lives.
Wages stagnated, not kept up, which has made it less appealing and has left us with a shortage of paramedics.
Ian Case says paramedics are leaving our system in Fort Wayne after they've been overworked and underpaid for years.
There's no shortages of people that are getting sick. There's no shortages of people getting hurt and injured.
Case was a paramedic for more than 20 years with Three Rivers Ambulance Authority, and he was the IAEP Local 525 union president. But last week, he resigned.
It's trying. It is physically demanding. We've had ambulances shot up. One of our medics was shot years ago there at Pierre's. We've got people that are assaulted on the ambulances, on the scenes and in the back of the ambulances all the time. We don't hear about that. We don't hear about the struggles of dealing with traumatic events.
Traumatic events while being forced to work mandatory overtime. Case says TRAA paramedics don't get time to take breaks, and they barely make a livable wage.
You need time to rest, rewind.
Case says they need 38 paramedics for a full staff. Right now, they have fewer than 20.
Our paramedics and EMTs are working 2 and 3 jobs, and to make the money that, let's say, a rookie fireman is making, or a patrolman.
Public records in the last year show TRAA ambulances couldn't respond to calls 813 times. So they had to call for assistance from communities like Hoagland, New Haven, and Huntington, often delaying the time it would have taken for people to receive emergency help.
Minutes can dictate whether you live or die.
He says 20 minutes is the longest call he's taken in the city. He says some days there are only 4 to 5 TRAA ambulances responding when 19 should be on the streets.
Not being able to be there is a big source of frustration.
He says something needs to change for the sake of the paramedics and especially for the people who need emergency help.
I'm just hoping that this doesn't get swept under the rug, that EMS is notably usually in the background, and we can't do that anymore.
Case says the paramedic shortage isn't getting any better. So what needs to happen to keep everyone in Fort Wayne and Allen County safe?
This needs to be an issue that's front and center until it's resolved, and that could be quite some time.
Well, Case says a city can't function without paramedics, and they are no less important than our police officers or firefighters. But he says they aren't going to be able to do that important work anymore if they don't receive the treatment they deserve. And now we want to focus back on the